Okay, so let's talk about soap bases. I've only made melt and pour soaps. I make only those kind for a couple reasons. One, very easy, very quick. Two, I don't know much about any other kind. I've heard that cold processed soaps, you need lye and you need to have like gloves on and different things, and it takes several weeks for them to harden. So I haven't gone that route yet. I don't have the patience for that or the time right now. So I focused on melt and pour soaps. A little bit about what kind I get or where I get them. So I personally get them at either Hobby Lobby or Michael's if I need something quickly, or I order them online through sites like Bulk Apothecary or Brambleberry.com, where they've got just a lot of different selections for soaps and additives and different things like that. So you can also get organic soap. So if you go on Amazon or anywhere online, I'm sure you can find different kinds of soap bases. You just have to look for melt and pour, and you can get them anywhere. I like to get them at these different locations online and in the store because of pricing as well. So you can get the coupons for Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or you can buy in bulk, and the more you buy, the more you save. So that's why I get a lot of things online. But you do have to be aware that there's shipping involved, but still, with the quantities that I buy, I can still save money getting them online. You also want to look at the ingredients in them, because a lot of people like to say, oh, I make my own soaps, they're all natural, they're this or that. But if you want to stay away from things like propylene glycol, you need to look at the ingredients, and you can get things online without certain ingredients, like I do. You just have to look for it. So I'm going to show you some of the soap bases that I get, just so you can see kind of what they look like and the varieties that you can get. So first I'm going to turn my camera around and I'll show you some stuff that I got from Brambleberry. Okay, here's some stuff that I've gotten from Brambleberry. This is a sampler pack, actually. They're very small. You can make a couple bars of soap with each one, or put a couple together to maybe make like a loaf mold. But there's white on the left and clear on the right. So you can see there's shea butter, white, goat's milk, honey, aloe, clear, and hemp. So those are just some of the different kinds you can get. So those are a smaller size. Most of the time you can find a 2-pound size, which is this here. It's a little container. This happens to be clear. This is what the size that you can usually get, the smallest size at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And again, use the coupon with free shipping if you go to the store, or if you get it online. I usually try and buy a lot of stuff when I'm ordering online so that it's worth it with the shipping rates. But this one particularly is called suspending. So if you're adding different things to your soaps and you don't want it all to clump to the bottom, or you know, not evenly distribute, then you want to get the suspending, because it will evenly distribute whatever you're adding right into the soap. And you'll see in my coloring video why you would choose a white versus a clear soap, depending on what kind of effect you want to have with the coloring. So you can buy 2 pounds, that's online or in the store. And then online, why I like to go to Brambleberry is you can get bigger quantities and save money. So here is a 10-pound bag of shaving soap. And here's a 10-pound bag of the shea butter soap. I like Brambleberry because they give it in these bags, and it comes in a nice size. This is easy to cut, it's not too big. When I've ordered from Bulk Apothecary before, again, great prices, just like Brambleberry, but they'll send you a 10-pound, or I think I've even gotten 20-pound before, and they give it to you in a box that's the size of like a moving box, and it's not cut, it's one big clump. So I've had to have my husband get like a small saw and cut it for me, because it's bent my knives when I've tried to cut it with my own knives. That's the bases that I love the most. When I'm looking at clear, I love the shaving soap base. I've only found this online. I haven't found it in any stores. And the reason I like it is because it bubbles up really nice and has a really good lather. And then for the white, I really like the shea butter because it doesn't have a very strong smell. So when I put my Young Living essential oils in, the soap's not overpowering the oils, and it's very moisturizing to your skin and leaves it very soft. So those are my 2 favorite clear and white soap bases. Okay, so why is melt and pour soap called melt and pour? So I'm gonna show you a couple little videos here, because that's really as simple as it is. You basically take your soap base, you cut it up, you melt it, you can add whatever you want to add to it, and then you pour it into some kind of mold, let it harden, and then your soaps are ready. If you wanted to, you can just take these soaps right here and melt them, put them in a mold of your choice, pour them in there, and then let them harden, and then you have a soap. And then you've got you know, you've got a shea butter soap or you've got a goat's milk soap or whatever you want. But it's really fun to add your own scents, which is what I do with my Young Living essential oils and other different exfoliants, and just be really fun and creative with it. So that's what I'm hoping to show you guys. So make sure you check out my other videos about coloring Young Living essential oils, exfoliants, other additives, and what kind of molds you can use.
The first thing you want to do is cut your soap. I like to use my large kitchen knife to cut. You can also use a soap cutter, which you'll see in some of my other videos. The smaller you cut the pieces of soap, the quicker it will melt. You can melt that in a double boiler on your stove, or if you want to do a shortcut like I do, I put it in a glass Pyrex and put it in my microwave 30 seconds on high, and then I stir it 30 seconds on high and stir it until it's melted. And you don't want to overheat it because it will bubble and overflow. And then after you add whatever you want to add, you just pour it into a mold and let it harden. Here's a loaf mold, and then you'll see an individual mold here. And I like to make more soap than less that I think will fill the mold, and have an extra mold like the heart ones here handy just in case I've made a little bit too much.